through with Kevin, and he is definitely extremely violent, physically abusive, and I wasn't the only person that has dealt with it. More recently, there was a young lady he dealt with, knocked all her fronts out. His child's mother before me has dealt with domestic violence, his sister, his mother, and now obviously the list goes on. And there's this new young lady that unfortunately was dating him, and his inability to have what people call self-control of his, frustration and his anger, and he takes it out. And he's not a small guy. He played D1 football. So he's a nice sized guy, and obviously beat this girl up.
So that wasn't you?
No, it wasn't me. I'm married. Gary thought it's not funny. Like, are you
trying to be messy?
Like, are you
know what?
Right now?
No, because they just said a spouse or cohabitant. I didn't know which one it was.
I'm not sure why they laughing at her face and they telling her that he done beat the crap out of her, his sister, his mom. He done snapped on all of them. I don't even like Ricky Smiley, the fact that you even allowed this, because if this was a man on your show, you would have never allowed nobody to talk to or laugh in their face like that. So it's giving Ricky Smiley is like sexist, I'm not gonna lie. Because you shouldn't be letting, I don't care who it is. It's not funny. It's not funny. DV is not funny at all.
Do you think I cohabitate? Do I live in Compton, or do I come to work with you every day?
Well, sometimes we
Atlanta,
Gary.
But you
I do feel for the girl. You know what I'm saying? I was just talking to Ricky, and I was saying the sad thing about this is you got men sitting in jail right now for a nickel bag of weed. However, this man has hit and beat multiple women and still finds himself out free in the streets. So
what was that relationship like? Like you said that.
I would say that's more so probably from his status, him being who he is. Kevin McCall, he's not like a Michael Jackson, but he's been associated with Chris Brown, and people know the songs that he made with Chris Brown was hits. So people are going off that. Oh, you're the guy from Deuces. Oh, okay. And then women play off of that and try to use them, and then they realize, bro, is really the Incredible Hulk in a D1 body.
You could be sitting there just out of the blue.
Yeah, it was, I can't believe I'm talking about it, because it took me a lot of time to even get up the courage to be able to talk about it, because it's embarrassing, coming from where I come from and being as astute and as courageous as I am. You always feel like it could never be me,
Right.
And so it's one of those things where I dated Kevin and I got pregnant, and we weren't really in love, to be completely honest. And it wasn't a relationship that lasted long enough for me to really even know him. And so it didn't start for me until I was pregnant with Marley.
Oh, wow.
And I was pregnant with my child, so.
And that's when the abuse started.
Yep. And then about a month after having Marley, it didn't.
So she said she'd been going through this for a minute until she finally had the courage to get up and leave. And she didn't really start dealing with it until their child was here. And I feel like a lot of guys react like that because, one, they probably don't want a kid, and it's probably with the person who they're having the kid with. So a lot of guys try to sabotage the situation by putting their hands on somebody and other things. But the main thing is putting their hands on somebody, which I could tell she traumatized, but I'm glad she remarried and she's happy in her new relationship, because I didn't know Kevin McCall was a serial beater. I didn't know this. So yeah, let's continue, because I want to hear what else she's saying.
It got worse.
And that's when the abuse started.
Yep. And then about a month after having Marley, it didn't stop. It got worse, and it got worse with her. And the final straw was when Marley was actually in my arms once, and I was like, I can't do this no more.
Oh my God.
Damn. All right, Eva, don't start.
Oh, nah, bro. I didn't even know Kevin McCall was on that, bro. Look, and I got dark-skinned homies, and I always make a joke, man. Y'all dark-skinned niggas always aggressive, bro. Y'all always the ones who, you know what I'm saying? Y'all love too hard, but at the same time, y'all aggressive, bro. And just to think, bro, Kevin McCall, bro, and she's a very pretty girl. You probably got her, bro, when she was just blowing, like her career was blowing up, bro. Like, You had her fresh, bro. My boy, like, what? You done, bro, how do you fumble that? That's all I'm trying to understand. How do you fumble that, bro? Because all that bullshit you was on is for the birds, bro. You literally let Eva go? Bro, come on. You got a daughter that you ain't even really trying to, like, you just out here. Bro, at this point, you acting like Orlando Brown. Everybody thought bro was on drugs. I'm like, hey, what's wrong with you, bro?
So I feel sorry for that girl. I feel bad for that girl, and I feel bad for women that have to deal with it. And, you know, it's actually not a laughable matter. It's something that makes you feel so little, so you really don't want to talk about it. But it really sucks. And I hope that they keep his ass in jail as long as they can.
Wow.
Period.
Right. Wow.
Well, we sorry you had to go.
To be honest, yeah. Cancel Ricky Smiley show. I feel like, yeah, bro, just cancel it, because the fact that he's still sitting here laughing, he probably laughing because he beat on his wife. Ricky Smiley, you probably laughing because you beat on your wife, bro. Like, what are you smiling for? What are you, like, what's so funny, bro? What's funny? Because as soon as somebody, you know what I'm saying, get to putting their hands on your sister, your auntie, your grandma, your cousin, bro, come on, man. Man, this show pissing me off, bro. I can't watch Ricky Smiley.
And on behalf, we're going to shout out the domestic violence hotline.
Yeah.
For any woman that's going through that and having to deal with domestic violence and stuff like that. So we'll when we come back, we're going to, we'll be honestly about to pull it up right now. So if there's any woman out there, go ahead and make a plea. I'll let you do it.
Yeah, you know, like I said, it's one of those things that you don't want to talk about. It's something that you have to talk about, though, because a lot of women that you sit next to every single day at work and at church, and, you know, you have family members. I have 3 brothers. I got a brother in the Marines, and there is no way they would have believed had, you know, that I was even dealing with this. And so if there are any women and men out there, because women are as crazy as men, and there are women out there that are.
But then I will say, this is not justifying anything that he did, but I will say, some women know how to push buttons to get on a man's nerve, to push him to that limit. Same with men. Men do the same exact thing. Don't get it twisted. They do the same exact thing.
Are, you know, out there and violent against men also. But if there's anyone dealing with domestic violence, the domestic violence hotline is 1-800-799-7233. Hit them up and, you know, try to get some help. Try to get out of your situation.
That's the end of the video, but I will say, my apologies, my condolences goes out to Eva, because she didn't have to go through that. And it's crazy to know that she was on America's Next Top Model. Was she dealing with Kevin McCall during that time? I'm not 100% completely sure. But I will say, I'm glad she got away from it. I'm glad she's not dealing with it. And I'm glad she took a stand for herself and her daughter, you know, and her family. Kevin McCall, y'all need to be canceled, bro, because if this the case and you really out here doing this type of stuff that she really saying, I believe her, bro. I don't believe just anybody. I believe what she's truly saying. So you snapping on all the women in your family, bro. You done beat her up. You done beat other women up. What's wrong with you, bro? I'm a regular civilian. Beat me up, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I don't care nothing about your D1, nothing. I'll snap your arm, your leg, before you could even swing, my boy. So come on with it. I just don't, shit like this just don't sit with me, right? Like, I wish I had a punch back so I could let some stress out right now, because that's really boils my blood. It shouldn't even gotten to that far, but to hit her while your kid is in her arms, bro, it's something wrong with you mentally. It's something wrong with you. And she's right. You shouldn't be out here. You shouldn't be making no money. Your ass should be in jail, bro. If you just all around here just thinking you can just unleash your rage on everybody, maybe they need to just suppress you into the system. I don't know. Maybe they need to just put you in the system. Because you don't know how that feel. You don't know how that feel. But once you in there and you think you big and tough, since you walking around beating all these women, once they find out what you doing in there, bro, they gonna get on your head. You think you tough hitting on the woman, hit on a man. You gonna have to hit on 20 big ass dude named Hightower. The hell you talking about? Anyways, until the next video, man, I'll holla at y'all.